everyone, it's Miss Karen from Kiddie Campus Preschool. I'm the preschool coordinator, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what our year is going to look like this fall. So we know that the CDC says that if you're wearing masks, washing hands, and keeping your distance, that helps stop the spread of coronavirus. We feel if we do those things in preschool that we're going to have a fun and engaging year, but still do our best to keep everybody safe. So this year we'll be meeting everybody outside instead of coming into the building like we normally do. We'll be taking the children's temperatures and we'll be using hand sanitizer. Remember at this time to please say goodbye to your child and then just leave, so that way they can get lined up, they can come in for the day, and they're not sitting there looking at you like, should I be here or should I go? And then they try to run out of line and say goodbye to you. So it would be really important to just kiss them goodbye, tell them they have a great day, and let them start their day with their teachers lining up and getting ready to come to school. Then once they're in, we're going to be washing hands. Washing hands is really an important skill that you can be working on at home to start with. Remember, you might have been helping your children do this now. Now is the time to help them learn how to actually do it themselves by talking them through the process. So remember, you want them to get their hands wet, then you want them to get their soap, and then you want to make good soapy bubbles. Talk to them about washing their hands, between their fingers, on top of their hands, getting their palms, make really good soapy bubbles. And while you're doing this, you guys can be singing a song. You could be singing the ABCs, you could be counting to 20, which is a great way to learn rote counting of numbers. But just remember to really good wash hands. Once you got super good soapy bubbles and you've done it for 20 seconds, rinse, dry those hands, and then we're ready to start our day. Once we've washed hands, we're going to start our day in our preschool room. And we're going to be busy doing different activities. We're going to be having smaller circle times if we can spread out. The children will be at their tables or they'll be at spaces in the classroom playing. But there will still be a lot of learning and engagement going on. One of the best ways to make sure that the children are having a great natural day of moving around the room and playing and being with their peers is to make sure that they have a proper fitting mask. It's very important. If you can put your mask on, and you can look down, and you can look up, and sideways, and you can jump up and down and move around, and the mask just sits there and they don't have to keep playing with it, they will have a great day. They won't have to worry about their mask. Nobody will have to be like, oh, put your mask up. Of course, if your child does need a reminder, that's what we're here for. At preschool, we're always helping little ones learn. That's our job. And we want the kids to have a fun, great, and engaging time while they're here. So we want to make sure that if they have a proper fitting mask, that helps them make their day a little bit easier for them. Okay, so we've talked about wearing masks, we've talked about hand washing, and now we want to talk about helping our children with distancing. It's really important that they're able to create space with them and their friends, and that's what we talk about at school. We have to remember to have a little bit of space with our friends so that we stay healthy. So some different things you can use is you can talk to your child about using airplane arms. So remember, when you have your airplane arms, you shouldn't be able to touch your friends, right? So that's one important rule that we talk about at school. Or just keeping space. The way that we distance the classroom, we have these little Velcro spots on the floor, and then we put toys in between them so they each have a spot to sit, but they can still engage with their friends and talking about what they're building while they're building with their Legos or their magnet tiles or playing with the dollhouse. So that's a different way that you can do it. And at home, you could start creating distance by grabbing some toys, sitting on the floor with them, and showing how to sit, while playing and creating distance with their friends. You guys can be the friend and show them what that looks like. Children need visuals of what things are going to look like. Maybe you could go outside in the backyard or in your basement and you could throw things different distances. Get a tape measure out and measure it just so they see, like, this is a little bit of distance, this is a little bit more distance, and this is a lot of distance. So they understand what that means, like just to help them create a visual for spacing. So that's a really important thing you can do at home as well. Of course, we'll always be helping them with those things in the classroom. The reason that we feel masks are so important at preschool this year is because it is challenging for people to keep their distance. So while we will be giving them reminders, We feel like if they're wearing their masks, they will definitely be safer at preschool. So some ways at preschool that will be helping your children with distancing and mask wearing. We also have some great stories to share with them this year. And this is called Wearing a Mask to School. I will actually be sending this one to all the parents who are enrolled at Kiddie Campus this year so that you can share the story with your children. And then when they come, they can say, hey, I read that story at home, just to give them a sense of what it's going to be like wearing a mask at school. It's a really good one. And then this one is also a little one about what is social distancing. Just to give them a general idea, we don't talk much about social distancing with the kids. We really just talk about creating space and keeping our friends healthy. You know, it's a kind thing to do for your friend when you keep a little space for them. So where you can really touch more on the kindness, the act of kindness with a child when you're creating space right now. So that's really some important skills that we're going to be talking about, how it's kind to keep our germs to ourselves, you know, how we can help. My germs will be my germs and your germs will be your germs. I do have a song that we'll be learning that about this year as well. Then too, whenever we can, we're going to be getting outside so that your child can get a break from their mask. We'll be playing outside in smaller groups so that we're able to distance. We might have times where we can get outside and have snack outside, bring our story. So anytime we can get outside and create our distance and also have an opportunity to get a break from our mask, we'll do that as well, because we do feel like that's important for the children to have a break when they can. So the big thing about this year is that we really want it to be preschool appropriate. We want it to be as safe as we can possibly make it, and we really want to just have a fun and engaging year with our children. That's the most important thing that preschool has always been for children, and we would like to continue that. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And again, as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, Karen Stanley, the preschool coordinator for the Lombard Park District. See you soon.